Howdy folks, it's a Tall Turtle here, and welcome back to X-Plane 11. We have a, not a silly flight, but an oversimplified flight today. Actually, look in the background there, you can see the Charlotte downtown skyline. Anyway, so two things I want to accomplish on this flight. I want to do a 727 flight, but it's going to be very simplified, and I want to test my microphone again, because even though I did all these microphone tests when I was racing and did a whole bunch of racing videos, I noticed my voice was clipping because with my headphones on and cranked up and getting excited, I was yelling. I was yelling when I got excited. So what I'm trying to do now is test my calm voice, and then I'll go back and test my screaming voice. But basically I just turned down the gain a little bit. Maybe I move the microphone away a little bit more, but I don't want to do that too much because then it'll pick up more ambient sound, like my keyboard clicking in my chair and everything. So hopefully you can hear me okay. I don't know what this sounds like as I record it. You'll probably hear my family walking around upstairs too now with the high gain, but I did turn it on a little bit. So hopefully you can still hear me. This is my normal, calm flight simulator voice. And then I get really excited later when I do my racing, so I have to test that too. So no matter how many times I test it, I always have to make adjustments, but that's just how it goes. So anyway, enough back of the house stuff. What are we doing today? Kind of silly, kind of simplified. We're going to do a VFR flight in a jet. I was going to ask my pilot friends if he would really do such a thing, and I don't know. Maybe he would never do this. So it's kind of silly that way. However, it's further sillier because we're going to throw in a VFR in case we get lost. So does that make it VFR even though you throw in a VFR? I don't know. I don't care. We're going to do this today this way. Take it for what it is. It'll be fun. It'll be quick and short. It's only 79 nautical mile flight because we're going from Charlotte to Greensboro, North Carolina. If you recall, we are in the middle of taking the 727-100 across the United States, usually in bigger leaps than 79 nautical miles, and usually with full slant alpha flight planning. But it's been a long time, and I don't know enough time to do a 300, 400, 500 nautical mile flight with a bunch of VORs. So we're going to do this quick little thing. Set up as VFR. We're not going to have an instrument approach. We're literally just going to fly to Greensboro at 10,000 feet, maybe even a little less, and throw the VOR in there just in case we get lost. Use the paper map on our laps, which is the in-game map, and land visually on whatever runway. Rollboard weather's turned off because we're completely fogged in right now in real life, so we wouldn't be able to fly, or if we did, it wouldn't be a VFR flight, would it? So that's the plan. I'm sticking to it best as I can. Hopefully you can hear me okay, and I'm not yelling to make up for it or not talking too soft. But anyway, we can't get any closer. Oh yes, we can get closer if I let go of the other button. Let's go up these stairs. Hop inside. Can you see up there? Can you see up there? Yep. Let's hop inside. Get this thing going. What are we going to do? We need to get our logo lights on. Like this. And we need to do passenger, fuel, and cargo. So where's your menu? Is it this one? It is. This is going to be a pretty full flight considering how short of a flight it is. It's going to be pretty full. Don't ask me why. That's just how people want to fly today. We can turn on the fuel a lot. Let's put in like 300, even though it's only what low. Let's not have low fuel warning. Let's do 500, even though we are only going like 100 when we circle around. Alrighty, let's get rid of that one. Where are you over there? Let's come back over here. Whoops, don't remember what my presets are. We need to get the battery on, which is like this. Oh, I never did. Hang on, I skipped a whole bunch of stuff here. I skipped all of this stuff. Why? Because I was distracted, I guess. My children are awake. I usually do this when everybody's in bed, but then I won't get to do it. So everybody's awake. I'm getting text from my kids like crazy. So we got to focus here. Back to the APU panel. Is it this one? It is. We don't need to trip it anymore, but we can start it like so. And while that's starting, when the temperature is going up, we will click that to off. And the temperature should drop any second, and then we're ready to go. It's going to hit 5 and drop. Is that how that works in this? No, we're over 5. We're heading towards 6. Oh, there we go. Drop down. We are ready to go. Alright, fuel and generators to close. Fuel to close and generator to close. There we go. And confirm external power turned off, which you actually never turned on because where is it? External power. We never turned it on because I didn't do that step. And why is there an alarm going off in my house? My 11-year-old has an alarm. Turn off your alarm. Alright, let's see. Interior lighting, we're going to keep the way it is because it is, the sun is really low in the sky. It's like 8 something. Yeah, it's not even 9 yet in the sim. Let's hop up here and do our beacon light, which is there. And the no smoking and seatbelt, which is here. There we go. I'm not getting any sound. I think my sound is all the way down. Whoop, there we go. No headphones today. I was getting a headache, so hopefully my audio doesn't bleed through. Emergency lights armed. You just go like that. Stall warning test. You hear that? It's too late. Window heat on. Like so. Let's see. I thought there's another button to push, but I don't think so. That was an old version. Alright, APU bleed confirm open. That's up here. I keep on the wrong one. Yes, they're open. Cooling doors confirm open. Yes, disconnect the air cart and the GPU. Which is here. You should hear them wind down. I don't because my volume is too low, but maybe you do. ESSTR for DC meter, that should be automatic. Gasper fan on. We can do that ourselves. Keep it in the menu up here. Right AC pack on. Air pressure. Cruising altitude. We're only going to hit like 10,000 feet. It's such a short flight. Let's put 11 just in case. Landing altitude, forgot to check, but I bet it's on our map already. Oh boy, am I really going to find this in here? I think it's over here somewhere. What are they called? KGSO? GSO? KGSO, what a good guess. Landing altitude, 923 feet. So let's move this up to 1,000. Like so. And what run are we going to use? Whichever one we see. Whichever one we land on. Oh, since we're here, does this VOR match mine? 11620. Yes, we'll come back to that. See, so we're just aimed towards the VOR and then just circle around and land or do whatever we got to do. That's the plan. What is this VFR? Just head northeast. Boom, that's it. Super simple. Alright, let's see here. Switch to ground, and it is autopilot or flight plan stuff. We actually just talked about that anyway. Why is it 11620 already? That's kind of funny. So apparently our previous flight used 11620. Okie dokie. Are we picking them up here yet? Not, because no, once we're in the sky, these should spin around. We'll point to them. Autopilot altitude. We're only going to do 10,000 feet. That's it. Gotta be very careful with the throttle so you don't overspeed. Altimeter barometer 2902 because roller rudder's turned off. Close reverse stairs. Hop out here and close those stairs. Shift F1 for those who don't know. Come over here, turn on the 8 fuel pumps. 5, 6. 7, 8. Turn off the AC packs. All bleed valves confirm open, and they are. Set better pushback. Are we going to push back? We're not going to push back. Nope, we're just going to turn around and go right there. I think that was 16 left or something. Back up a little bit. 18 left. Okay, so let's just start our engines because we don't need to do better pushback. So here we go. Engine start number 2, then we hop down. Is it number 5? What is my preset for that? Is it F? It's F. When N2 gets to 25, we hop down and turn on the fuel. So I'll stick with you for the first one, and then for the sake of time, I'll just do the other 2 on myself. So on myself? By myself. There's 22, 24, and 25. Introduce fuel for 2. And then once that stabilizes, this light goes out, then we do 3, then we do 1. I'm going to do those right now by myself because we're not pushing back, and I'll be back in a moment. And the light went out and everything stabilized. So what is next on our list? Come back over here and do hydraulics. A and B on, like so. Close the 3 generator ties. Close, close, and close. Galley power on. Both AC packs on. Cargo heat normal. Essential power to generator. AC meters, bus ties should be confirmed. There are no lights. Alright. And every time I talk and after I made microphone settings, I get so nervous it's not working out. I'm sure it's working out for you. Hopefully you can hear me just fine. I do all these tests, but then when I start recording for real, it's totally different. Alright. Confirm fuel heat off. That's back here. It already is anti-ice. I don't know how to do anti-ice. I should probably figure it out. I've been watching pilots crash because they're not using it. Pitot heat off. Pressure switch from ground to flight. There you are. Where are we? I lost track where it was. Pitot heat, trip A. Wait a second. Pitot heat, trip APU off. Tripperoni and off. It should wind down. And there's a scary sound somewhere. I can't hear it. My sound's too low for myself. Cabin pressure and temperature. Let's just keep it on. Not that one. Down here. No, where is my... What the heck? There it is. Auto and auto. Let's warm it up a little bit. Oh, really? You're going to do that to me? What? Okay, now we're stuck on manual. Wow. Wait, that should work. There we go. It's got to be on the 1 pixel that allows you to spin it. There we go. Warm that up. Looks good. Gasper fan off. We need to reset our view here. Can't see it. There it is. APU 2 bleed off. Check reference bugs. Where's your V card? Well, it used to be called a V card. Now it's just your bugs. Take off. Set the bugs. Boom. Pretty light, small plane. Not much fuel. 106. The landing we'll talk about it with flaps 20. If we come over here, flaps over here. 20 is 4 o'clock on the dial. We should probably start getting those out now. Weather. I have a weather. Nope. I have a weather preset somewhere. Where is it? There it is. System on. It works, but it's not going to matter because we don't have any weather, and there's TCAS. TCAS. Okay. Doesn't matter because we don't fly with other people. Alrighty, here we go. Taxi lights on. We don't need a runway turn off right now. RTO. And start the flaps. And strobe. We'll do, well, normally we would do navigation closer to the runway, but since we have a very short way to get to the runway, we're going to turn them on now. So let's get going. Come on. What are our flaps at anyway? Got one more. So let's get the last ones down. Yeah, let's not a drag race. Not a drag race. Here we go. Right to 18 left. Directly to 18 left, I think it said. Come on. There we go. There we go. Alright, looks good. As soon as we cross this line, though, we're going to get our landing lights on. Let's come up here, get all of them on now. Everything should be on. Wings should have been on in the beginning. RTO there. Flaps will confirm. Yep, they're at 20. You can see them down here in the corner. What else? Let's see. Start flaps, auto brakes, wing nav, and strobe lights on. Confirm flaps we did. Landing lights on, confirmed. Trim, green band. If we come down here and click there, it'll trim for takeoff for you. We're going to pull out to the runway a second. Set a few things. And we'll be on our way. Okay, let's stop right here. And set that parking brake. Get the heading bug set so we can use autopilot for sightseeing. Our speed limit is 250. You got to be careful about that. We won't do autopilot quite yet. Note the time on the clock. It's 9:04 in sim, which always jumps around for some reason for me on this airplane. 97% N1, which is right there. And gear up, flaps up, and then 92 once we're cruising, but it's not going to be anywhere near that because we're going to overspeed at this low altitude. So here we go, parking brake off. Let these things spool up a little bit. Here we go. Spool up, even out at 60, and away we go. I feel like we're sitting really high. People have told me that's a realistic view, but I like this view a lot better. There we go. Alright, watch where we're going. Keep an eye on the runway. Let's not get off here. And my volume is way too low. I can't hear the callouts. So here we go. Let's pull on up. Don't tail strike. There we go. Very nice. Gear coming in, flaps coming in, throttle's coming back so we don't overspeed right out of the gates here. Get those flaps in. A little more throttle. There we go. Very nice. Very nice. Alright, so what are we going to do? Let's hand fly a little bit. We need to head. There we go. Our VOR got picked up. Very nice. So let's swing to the left. Since we took off in a southerly direction. And our throttles are below 92, which is fine. We don't want to overspeed. We're going to hand fly. Keep an eye on everything here. Keep an eye on our ascent rate, our altitude. Landing lights will stay on because we're just going to hit 10,000 feet. Very low for a jet, but we're just going to scoot across the state here very quickly. I would love to sightsee right now, but we need to fly this airplane. We're just going to head this way. There we go, right over downtown Charlotte. That's what I was hoping for. There we go, begin the rollout. Should have begun the rollout a little sooner. Alright. So our HSI, if you want to call it that, is not going to be accurate because, well, I guess we can adjust now that we're pointing at it. See how we're pointing at it there? I guess we could just go like this. My yoke is in the way. Just go like that until it lines up like that. There. If we wanted to, we could do that. Alright. Be mindful of our speed. See what happened when we look down. Be mindful of our speed, of our ascent rate. Keep those throttles back a little bit. We're going to pick up a little bit of speed here. And aim for that VOR. And we have DME as well, so we know how far away we are. So what should we do? I want to sightsee, but I don't want to overspeed and I don't want to go crazy. So let's set the heading bug here. And first of all, let's go down and turn on autopilot. Engage it. Engage it, please. Do heading select, alt select, IS hold. And what's going to happen is it's going to point down to speed us up. And then it's going to shoot us up to get to 10,000 feet. So I'm going to control ascent rate with the throttle. I am hands-free, but I got my hand on the throttle. And then we're just going to let the heading bug take us right here. We're just going to follow that. Move it over a little bit. We're just going to follow that until the DME gets really low, and then we're going to look for our destination. All I'm going to do with the throttles is make sure we don't overspeed. So you see over here we're only at like 80, 81 anyway. So it's going to hold us at 250 until we get to 10,000 feet, which is pretty soon, and then this is going to fly up. Maybe because we're at 10,000 feet we'll go a little faster because we won't be breaking the speed limit. But I don't want to do like 350 and get there in like 2 seconds. We don't need to go that fast. So I'm going to stick with here until we get 10 grand so I can adjust the throttle, and then we'll have some sightseeing. Actually, you know, let's hop outside and see if we can still see that skyline. There it is. There's your Charlotte downtown, and the airport back there somewhere. There's the airport over there. There we go. That's a good screenshot. If you want to look at more, pause the video, rewind the tape, but we got to get back inside. Alright, we're coming up on 10,000. We're just going to hang out here because it's going to be really quick and fast. I guess we can maybe hit like 15,000, but we're not going to. We're going to stay at 10 because we can. So now what's going to happen is this is going to jump up a lot. So I just need to keep a track on it. Since we're above 10,000, I guess we can speed. Maybe we will just to get there. But I don't want to go too fast. So there's 10,000, and see our speed is climbing up like crazy. We're going to bring back throttle so we don't overspeed. Everything is in. Whoops, one thing I didn't do is turn that off. Otherwise we're set. There we go. We're ready to cruise. Anything else on the cruise checklist? No, because we're not climbing very high. Approach, we're ready to go. We know that the weather is turned off, so you don't have to worry about that. It's just arming the spoilers and flaps and getting the brakes set, which we'll worry about in a little bit. So I'm going to keep an eye on that speed to see how fast we're climbing. Well, we adjust heading bug here a little bit so we can get closer to this. This can get very sensitive as we just get closer. There we go, a little more. Alright, I'm going to manage the systems, make sure everything stays in the green here, and I'm going to give you a little bit of sightseeing, and I'll catch you in a couple minutes only. It's not going to take very long. Alright, our destination is in sight already, so we need to really get this show on the road. So let's bring everything back. Let's see, let's get this turned on. Whoops, I didn't mean to do it, but I meant to do this. What are we doing? Seatbelt on, barometer, we have the weather, blah blah blah, landing lights, all of our lights are already on. Auto brakes are just armed, I got the right one. Spoilers we need to arm, which is this one. Yes, that one, the spoilers. Gear down, flaps down as we go. Let's get our V card set up here. We gotta do that very quickly because as I seen, landing is going to be this plus 5 plus gust. We're going to land right in between with flaps at 30, right? So flaps are going to be 5 o'clock on the dial. Boom. All right, we're going to fly right over airport if we're not careful. So let's turn this off. Everything's good to go. Bring back the throttles. Descend as quickly as possible, maybe. That's because my spoilers are, everything is in, that's why it beeps at me. Let's pick a runway, I don't care which one. So we pick the one on the left, think we can get down fast enough? I don't know, we might have to circle to land, we'll see. It's a very abrupt approach because we were busy sightseeing, and I'm like enjoying the view, and all of a sudden I look, and I'm like, that's our airport, right off the nose. So we're 15 miles away, we're really high obviously. We would probably, without looking at a chart, I would guess we would normally be like 2,300 maybe. I'll look up the chart, put it on the bottom, see how close it was with my guess. At 15, well this is 15 from, or now it's 14, 13 from the VOR, so it's about 15 from the airport. So yeah, 15 miles away. I'm guessing 2,300 to 2,600. We need spoilers to slow us down. Let's see if we can do this without a go around I don't know if I'm even landing the longest runway. I don't care. We're in a 727. If you can see the runway, you can land. That's what they used to say. Spoilers are also something you would always use back then, even now. And my computer drew my attention away from X-Plane again. Everything recording? Sure looks like it. Alright, really uncomfortable descent. Man, depends. I've told my story many times. I'll tell it again because it's been about a year. I flew from Chicago to Minneapolis once, super late at night after a very long delay. So we were the only traffic left. It was like 10 p.m. or 10:30 or something like that, later than they normally would fly. And I knew where we were. We were going to do a very long approach into... Is it... How come I can't remember the runway names? 12 right, I think it would have been. And we're coming over this flying cloud, and all of a sudden they're like, we have clearance to land early. So the guy killed the engines, brought out the spoilers, and we nosedived into pattern altitude. Made a right turn, landed just on the runway. Like, I swear we're still turning when we landed. It was crazy. Of course, you literally weren't, but it felt like it. There we go. Now we're all right on the Pappy, so let's get gear down. Spoilers are in and armed. We're just going to keep an eye on our speed now. And since it's a visual approach and landing, we are going to rely on the Pappy. We got one white on the Pappy. We're a little to the right of the runway. And I'm waiting for us to slow down a little bit. Now, as I say every time I fly this thing, I don't have enough time to practice consistently. So if we don't start on fire, it's a good landing. If we bounce a bunch, it's fine. As long as we don't start on fire, it's a good landing for me in this. I used to land this perfectly every time back in X-Plane 10 and early X-Plane 11. This was the plane I nailed every time, but ever since the latest updates to both X-Plane and this plane itself, I just haven't been able to land this thing. People were giving me advice, and I understand the advice completely, but to put it into reality, to put it into practice when you don't have time to do it regularly, it's hard to do. So we're going to do our best. We're going to try to come over and just let it touch down between those two bugs with with throttle, no idle, like not at idle. I said that totally backwards. First set of flaps are already coming out. Second set of flaps are coming out. We are coming in hot. We might have to do a go-around. I'm going to crank up my personal volume so I can hear the call-outs. Hopefully it doesn't bleed into the microphone too much. Get the next set of flaps out. We're a little bit on the flap schedule. We better be careful because they do have damage turned on. So if we go too fast for flaps, it will crash and burn. We're coming in really fast. Really fast. We'll see. See how quickly that speed bleeds off here. There, now it's coming down because now we're flying dirty. We're 2 and 2. And now we're getting some speed bled off. And one more set of flaps. A lot of throttle engaged. I'm over half throttle engaged and we're still losing speed. So there we go. Throttle so we don't keep descending. Nose up so we slow down a little bit. And we're aiming between those two flags. We're not going to land at idle until it gets to about 10 on the call out, or is it 20 on the call out? Can't remember. One of those two. Between 10 and 20, we'll let the throttle all the way in, out, in. Okay, we're going to lose a lot of speed here. We're still red on the Pappy, so let's stop descending. I'm just really nervous because I want to do a decent job. I want to do a good job. Alrighty, we're going to clip those trees. And I want to go sterile. Oh my gosh. Nose wheel coming down. Oh, did I grease it or did I bounce it? I know I landed really, really long, but I don't care. I don't care that I landed really, really... We're going to miss that turnout, aren't we? I don't care that I landed really, really, really long. Like, shoot. Did I bounce it or did I grease it? Maybe we bounced it. Anyway, it was coming in nice, and then I still managed to float it a little, and then I got frustrated. But then I was going for a smooth landing, and I don't know if I bounced it or not. I don't know if I did or not. we're going to watch that replay. I don't try to make a big deal out of replays, but I don't even know. I can't even tell. So let's get all this stuff cleaned up here. And we'll taxi and then we'll watch the runway or the replay. Let's see here. Time on clock, what was that, like a 20-minute flight? Alrighty, flaps already in, auto brake disarmed, 90 lights off, pressure switch from flight to ground. And where are we going? I don't know this airport, obviously. Let's see if we can do this while we taxi. Can we get over there from here? Yeah, I think so. I think we're just going to go this way and make a right turn over there. I think. So let's taxi away and I'll see you there. And I brought the spoilers in, I guess. I need to bring spoilers into my after landing checklist because I didn't know you had to do that now. It used to be that they came in on their own, I thought. So that's a note to self, bring in spoilers to my after landing checklist. Anyway, back to the taxi. Alright, I do have bring spoilers in on my checklist. I called it auto brake disarm. So I need to rename that to bring in spoilers. I don't look silly when I'm doing my taxi view. Alright, do we see an open gate? Looks like all the way on the end we have an open gate. I hope, because otherwise we have to get it pushed back to get out of here. So let's finish this up. Alright, since we don't have a flag person, we are going to use the outside view to park this thing because you just can't park it accurately from the inside without a flag person. So we're just going to do it like this. Aim for that second line on those hash marks just because that's the one I aim for. I don't know many airports that have lines for 727 anymore. Maybe they do, but I don't know. Oh boy, we're going to clip that wing, aren't we? So let's slow down and aim for that second hash mark. So now we're at the first one, and we'll hop inside and make it look cool. Right about, come on, now, and second mark. Alright, come down here, set the parking brake, and let's replay that landing, just because I'm so doggone curious. It's kind of bugging me here. Alright, we're coming in. It looks really cool. We missed the trees somehow. That's good. Oh, this looks and sounds so good from this view, doesn't it? Wow, that's awesome. Alright, so here's a moment of truth. It was really good until there. I had like a twitch in my arm and I pulled back on the yoke and I'm like, I'm just going to keep it. I'm just going to keep it. And it made me float a little bit. And what happens? Oh, there is a bounce. Bummer. That's okay though. It was still really smooth. I don't think anybody's going to complain about it too much. Doggone it. Let's see what the passengers had to see though. That's really cool. Let's have a look at that. Alright, let's see if the passengers have anything to complain about. I think from their perspective, you have no idea what happened. You just know that you're hanging out in the airplane and there you go. Down without realizing it. Super awesome. Alright, let's do a runway view since we're doing all this replay stuff. Actually, no, we're going to do a long entrance from the other passenger view. And we'll do it in silence. Let's just enjoy this. And now for my favorite view, the end of the runway view. How nice. So it comes in all nice. Everything was good. And I kept telling myself, don't really flare, just hold it steady. And then that mind, you know, boom, made me twitch. There it was. I twitched, pulled it back. I'm like, I'm just going to hold it anyway. And then it caused the float. But that's okay, because it ended up being a very, very soft touchdown. 2 for 1. Buy one, get one special today. There's the first touchdown. And the second. but I got 2 smooth touchdowns out of this. Alrighty, tower view, then we'll wrap this up. Get the binoculars out here so we can have a view of this. So anyway, overall I'm super happy, considering we've crashed and burned this thing more times than we haven't crashed and burned. I think we're doing okay. So the advice people have been giving me, thank you very much. Not really flare, you're not really supposed to flare that much, and then keep the throttles engaged until you get the call out between like 10 and 20. And it seemed to work for the most part. It worked great. So right, where is it? There's my Twitch. And how's it going? And nice. Maybe not. There you go. And the nose wheel did not slam down. It went down very smoothly as well. So there you go. Alrighty, where are we? Shut down. Taxi, runway, all these lights off. Nav lights. There we go. Strobe off. GPU and air cart. Where are you? GPU, air cart. We're not going to use the APU at the stand. And external power, so that it'll use those things. There we go. Fuel off. Which means, where am I? Why am I losing my mind? This fuel off. Jeez Louise. All exterior lights except logo can come off now. There we go. The battery can come off now. There we go. Seatbelt can come off now. If you dare. And all the switches, which means right now if you wanted to, you could just spend the next 10 minutes turning off everything from pitot heat over here, everything, all your switches over here. Anything you want to turn off now, you can. It's all up to you. But this is our external power, and that doesn't work. I think that's on purpose. So anyway, we do not need air stairs because we have a jetway. So hopefully you enjoyed the flight. Super quick, super easy. Not much else to say, really. I mean, I said it all in the video, so I'm not going to repeat myself. So anyway, if you have a request of your own, this is not a subscriber request, by the way. If you do have a request of your own, let me know in the comments below, and I'll get to it as soon as I can. I do have about 25 more flights planned, but I always prioritize the subscriber requests. So if you have a request, let me know. Otherwise, I'll plan our next 727 flight, stick it in my list somewhere. Otherwise, a bunch of VFR, GA stuff. I mean, that's what I normally do. That's kind of our niche here is VFR, GA. We're not professionals. We just kind of learn as we go and add realism as we learn it. Otherwise, hopefully you enjoyed it. If you are a subscriber, thank you for your continued support. If you found my accent, please like, please subscribe, please share with your friends. We're coming up on 1,000 subs. We jumped from like 905 to 960 subs like in like 3 days, and then we've been sitting at 960 for a long time. So I want to hit that 1,000 by the end of the year. It's only, well, when are you watching this? End of June, I guess. We have plenty of time, but I hope we make it. Maybe I'll do something fun like a 1,000 sub question answer thing. I tried that at 500 subs and only got 2 questions, so I didn't do it. So keep that in mind if that's something you'd like to see. Otherwise, flight ideas, let me know. Any casual game ideas, let me know. I'm always open to doing more than just FlyJSim and Forza, but those are the 2 biggies. So anyway, that outro was longer than the flight. Sorry about that. I'll catch you next time.